this up. I've apparently been live for 25 hours, 20 minutes, and 48 seconds. I clearly haven't, as I've literally just turned the live on. Something broke on my Facebook there. But today I wanted to do a live stream on. I tried to go live earlier on this, but Wi Fi was a bit shit around town. But I just wanted to say today, I started off my day not feeling too great earlier today, and I just thought to myself, I spent quite a good part of the morning in bed, just doing what I usually do and feeling sorry for myself, admittedly. And it got to about 1 p.m. and I was still just going back to bed and just doing my usual procrastination and, just wailing in negativity. And I thought to myself, I can either spend the rest of my day now sitting here feeling sorry for myself or just, get out and do something with my day. And you know what? I did just that. And at first I thought, oh, what's it going to get me? You know, it's, and that's the thing. There is a lot of negativity out there nowadays, and it's hard to bring yourself to that state where you think, what good's it going to bring me? Well, that's the thing. The few times I've really been in that place where I thought, there's no way out of this. I'm not going to find any good. It's just going to be negative because there is a lot of negative people, a lot of negative vibes, just a lot of negative in general. And I was pleasantly surprised. I had some really nice guy compliment me, said, have a nice day. A couple of friendly people out and about at cafes. I went to a cafe. And it's in those times where you've really got to try and bring yourself and think, I've got two choices here: sit at home and the day doesn't get any better, or get yourself out and try and look on the bright side, because it's the times you don't expect it that you meet those types of people. And it made my day. I had this chap. It's just really nice. I just came out of a shop, as you do, and it's like, nice t-shirt. Love Cradle of Filth. You're looking nice today. Hope you have a great day. Just basic stuff, and it's little things like that you've got to hold on to. I even did a Facebook post, so I was feeling that inspired. You've got to latch on to the good when you see it. And just some examples. I've been in the shop just minding my own business, feeling a little bit shit, and you'll get some really nice person approach you and compliment you, or just say something really nice, or even just wish you a nice day. And it's the little things like that sometimes that you got to latch on to, because I do struggle with staying positive. And I got my bike fixed recently as well, so that's helping. But my message to you all, if you struggle with the same thing, like just bringing yourself out of your comfort zone. Sorry about my camera, it has been a bit blurry, but just bringing yourself out and trying to, look on the bright side, because it is hard sometimes, and it does just feel like the second you leave your house, shit follows, and that's exactly how I feel a lot of the time. And it is hard just bringing yourself to that state of mind that there is good out there. But trust me when I say this, it can happen. And there has been times where I've left the house and someone's really nice, and it's simple things like that that make my day. And you know, yeah, just wanted to spread a bit of positivity, because there is good out there. There really is. Just watching a bit of Trailer Park Boys as well. I'm watching this, but yeah, just wanted to spread a bit of good vibes, because it is hard sometimes. And we all get stuck in our own little world sometimes. And yeah, having my bike back's done me the world of good, to be honest. And I think as well, you got to be realistic. It's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be obstacles in your way. And I think when you accept that, you lead a happier life. I'm starting to as well, because I think growing up, I had this unrealistic expectation that there's this perfect life or this place to get to, and there really isn't. And that's fine. It's called reality. And I think once you start accepting that and working with what you've got, I mean, my family tried telling me it time and time again growing up, but you've got to realize it for yourself and live within what you've got, and so on. But this show's been helping quite a bit recently. It's on quite quietly, as I don't want to get copyrighted, but Canadian classic. By the way, if comments are coming through, my Wi-Fi's been terrible, so they might not always come up straight away. As I said, it literally says I've been live for 25 hours on here. I clearly haven't. This show did get pretty tiresome towards the end. I'm on season 1. I think this is the last episode of season 1, but if you've ever seen past about season 8, it does kind of become a bit like a soap opera in the end. Me and Ralphie have spoke about it, who comments on the channel. By the way, if you've commented, Ralphie, I will get back to him. As I said, my Wi-Fi has been abysmal, so they'll probably all come through at once if you have, or if there's any comments came through, I don't know. I think this is the... yeah, this is the last episode of season 1. He's my favourite character, Ricky. Absolute legend. Do like Bubbles as well, though. And Julian, of course. Such a legend. He's just such a loose cannon. I just love Bubbles' facial expressions. But yeah, the point of this video is to never give up. And that things happen in life for a reason. You know, it's one thing hoping for a perfect life, but it's never going to happen. And I've wasted so much time when I was younger, you know, thinking, you know, trying to get for this perfect life or comparing myself to other people. And it never works, because ultimately you're born in this skin and you're going to die in this skin. And that's how it is. I mean, they do say comparison is the stealer of joy, or however the saying goes. And I honestly believe that the older I'm getting, you know, you can't be happy until you appreciate who you are. I mean, I get it, you know, we all struggle with confidence. I do as well. But I think once you accept that you're gonna, you're born, you live, you're gonna die in this, this is who you are, you start becoming more happy. I mean, I have a little bit, and there are going to be, that's the thing, you've got to balance things out. There are going to be tough days, and there are going to be days where you just want to stay in bed and procrastinate. Trust me, I do near enough every day. But I think it's when you push yourself sometimes that unexpected things happen, and it's the little things. It's the little things, like someone complimenting you, someone going out their way to help you on something. And you got to really hold on to those moments. I've come to realize you can easily take them for granted and just be like, well, you know, just take it for granted. But it's those little things that make life worth living. It's easy, and this is another thing I was thinking down at the riverfront. It's easy to be negative. It's like we're naturally tuned to be negative as people. It's second nature in a way. But I tell you what, we think it's the best thing. Sometimes I think it's the easiest thing, so therefore it must be the best thing. But it drains more of our energy, and that's the thing. We think it's because it's easier, it's doing us good, you know, because it's easy and you can just sit there and moan about things. But you're actually using more energy because you're draining. You're kind of draining yourself in a way. Do you know what I mean by being that way? It takes more energy to be negative than it does to be positive, I think. And I think that's why I'm constantly drained, because I'm just sitting around thinking about what I haven't got instead of enjoying what I have got and missing out on it all. And that's the thing. I'm just trying to focus on little things like go through my DVDs, go through my CD. That's why I did my Dream Theater ranking, my Dream Theater stuff. Look at what I have got instead of just thinking, oh, that guy unfair. And I think with social media as well, it's so easy to compare more than ever. You can think, oh, that guy on social media, he must have it so much better. Oh, he's got a girlfriend, I haven't. Oh, he's got a car, I haven't. Oh, he's got a better house than me, I haven't. It's the stealer of true joy and truly living in the moment. Because he could, in the same sense, say he was to come around this flat, he as in anyone, was to come around this flat right now, I could look at me and say, he's got £5.99 Netflix once a month. He's got Spotify Premium, which obviously I paid for both. He's got all these DVDs and CDs, and I'm not bragging about it. Of course I'm not. I'm not that type of guy, but I'm just saying, do you know what I mean? We've got things in our life that we should be thankful for. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Comparison really is the stealer of joy, because we waste time focusing on what someone else is, and that's in a way why I hate Facebook. To be honest, I really do, and social media to a point, because you're always looking. You turn the second you turn Facebook on, you'll see Robert Burton has posted that he's been to this place. Oh, his life must be so perfect because Daniel Purford is in a relationship with Beth Dale, just using random names. Oh, they must be so happy together. They look so happy on the picture, but you never know. Are they happy? Is he happy just because he's gone to such place? That's the thing. It shows you such a small percentage of someone's life. And that's the thing. It's became so easy to compare nowadays than to actually appreciate. And I think that's why when I have a bad day going forward, I live in a relatively small town, so it's easy to get out now with the bike. There we go. Does that sometimes, but yeah, just simple things like that. Even just going for a bike ride down to the shops and looking at what you have got. I mean, I'm thankful I don't live in central London where it's traffic and busy all the time. And there's simple things like that, or do you know what I mean? In a dangerous city like Los Angeles or Chicago, do you know what I mean? Be thankful for where you live and, focus on your purpose, because it is so easy nowadays to compare. Yeah, just doing some dinner anyway, people. To the few that have joined, there's not many people joined, and this is another thing I've made clear from the very start of this channel as well. I'm not trying to reach tons and tons of people. I'm not in this to make it big. I mean, if I do, I do. But I want to meet the right people that actually listen, that actually understand where I'm coming from. And this is more than just a metal channel. I've had people say to me, I had the Bournemouth video up a couple of months ago, and they put, oh, not really the right, I did a Pantera CD, and they put not the right song to play while you're at the beach. That's not all this channel's about. I'm trying to say positivity as well. It's not just about metal. So if these people come in and think, oh, he's posting metal again, it's a big part of my life at the end of the day. But that's not all this channel is here to talk about. So, and the real ones understand that. The ones that are actually in this channel 100%, and they're trying to make something with their lives and try with their intuition all the way. Because a lot of the time we don't realise quite how much purpose and potential we have. We waste it comparing and thinking about what we haven't got. And that's what I'm trying to encourage other people like myself to get to that place. With simple positive enforcement. That's all there is to it. And with these people coming out of the woodwork and just, oh, he's posting metal again. So telling me, oh, that's the wrong song to post while you're at the coast. I mean, is your life really that sad that you've got to tell other people, you know, what to listen to? And the thing is, as well, they're probably thinking, oh, he's just posting about metal, that's all he listens to. But I don't just listen to metal, to be honest. I listen mostly to metal, but they're missing the point anyway of why I do this channel. They really are. You know, metal is a big part of this channel, but also positive enforcement, trying to do something with your life, you know, and get out of that negative space. I mean, I was on this channel quite a lot, Ralphie. We both share sobriety with each other. We both stopped drinking. And to us, that's everything. Staying away from the bottle and staying away from people that try and draw us back to it. That to us is everything. I can't speak for you, Ralphie, but for me, that is everything. And, you know, and staying away from people that are going to drag you down that path again. Because it's not just, I think what I've noticed as well, people that drink, they sink in negativity. Do you know what I mean? They latch onto negativity. Their attitude is, I've been around people like that in the past. Their attitude is, fuck the world's never done anything any good. And you don't need people like that. And that's what I'm trying to get away from this channel. That is one of the main reasons why I started posting on this channel. I mean, I already had a little bit of a following, but since I've started getting off my ass and, you know, stop feeling sorry for myself, and it does take a while when you're so used to being around negative people all the time to make that change and really self out of it, or try to. It does take a long time, but at the time and thought, I can't go on like this, and I really can't. Do you know what I mean? We all can't. We can't afford it. One life is all we get. We can't afford to waste the rest of it wailing in shit, basically. And another thing, well, we may want people like that to change, and trust me, I have wasted so much of my time just making a dent. I've wasted so much of my time hoping that, you know, people in my past, negative drinkers, people who like doing weed every now and then, you know, hoping that people like that change, and they don't. They don't. And the difference is, and there are days where I don't want to do anything. I just want to be left alone, and I'm feeling really shit, and nothing's going to change it. But people like that don't want to change at all. And I've wasted so much time being like, have you ever tried getting off your ass and getting off the drink? And you might as well be talking to a brick wall. I can tell you that from experience. And this is why I respect people like Ralphie when he came on this channel. Because he actually, like myself, made the effort to give up the bottle. I can't speak for your situation, but for me, it was getting away from people like that. That no matter what you do, they're just going to wail at negativity. And you might as well, but you try and tell them, you know, enough is enough. We've tried this. We've tried the drinking. We've tried whatever. We've tried trying to escape reality, and it doesn't work. And it is like you're talking to a brick wall. Your time is valuable on this planet, and it really is. I'm 25 now, and the time, I got sober when I was 23, but just the time between when I started drinking at 18 to now, and to think I wasted 5 years wailing with negative people because it was the easy thing. Because let's be real, it is easy to just piss about and drink and say fuck it, say fuck the world, who cares? But long term, it fucks you up more because you're stuck in this negative headspace, negative space, negative way of life. And in the end, you kind of embrace that. Like, I've noticed how positive I was when I was 18, just before I started drinking, how positive I'm getting now, and the time in between. And you kind of have to build yourself up to that. You kind of lose your spark in being positive naturally by hanging about with people like that. So if you're hanging about with people like that, like to anyone watching, My advice is get away. I can't tell you what to do, and I get it. When you're 18, 19, it is easier. You know, you're young, you're naive, you don't care as much. But once you get into like 23, 24, 25, I mean, as I said, I'm 25 now, but even when I was like 23, for a while, I was planning to give up the drinking. When I was 22, I tried it for just over 100 days and then I relapsed. And then in the spring, when I turned 23, I was like, enough is enough. I'm going to give it up. And I didn't properly until the June when I was 23, but I did it. And I'm still going. I'm still going. I think there comes a time in your life as well, as what I'm trying to say, is where, it goes from being a bit of fun to a joke. When you're young, like the odd drink here and there, it's fun. We get it when you're 18, 19. But with how I was going, turning up with, vomit in my shoes because I'm that pissed up. And do you know what I mean? Like, there comes a point where it's a joke. It is an absolute joke. And you're keeping up with these people trying to do these shots. And, like, seriously, what are we proving? Like, and that's the trick. 2 years ago, I'd just listening to myself, I'd have the shakes thinking, "Oh, I need that." But why do we? We think we need it, and I to tell you what, I don't anymore. I don't get the urge to do it because I know the mind behind it, and I know how negative it is. It's drawing you into negativity. But yeah, I'll be honest as well. I have been tempted to go back to drinking, but I know how far I've came, and I know that I can't do it. I cannot give up on myself. And that's the trick. It's not that we want to go back to it. It's our brain telling us, "Oh, it was better then," but it wasn't. It wasn't. And long term, it's a slow dive into negative. That's all it is. You're just procrastinating the next problem. And to think how I'm still struggling with being negative. I'm still trying to be more positive, and a lot of that is drink. It's a depressant. But anyway, I just wanted to do this quick stream and show a bit of positivity and say thank you to those who have actually supported this channel, because there are a lot of people that come on and just troll and don't understand why I'm doing this channel. But to those who actually stick about and get it, I really, really want to say thank you, because I'm not going through a great time at the minute, and that's why I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to do whatever, and I refuse to give up. And that's the difference between people like us and people we're trying to be, because that's the thing. When we're young, we think we have to be like all these other people, and they make out it's cool to drink, and they make out it's cool to rebel, but we're only abandoning ourselves at the end of the day, and our true intuition and our true purpose. So always remember that. Till next time, peace out.